This is Cerebral Cinema. Movies of the mind.
The Mutual Broadcasting System presents I Love the Mystery. And Morse adventure thriller,
Who are you? What are you doing in my room?
I'm Jack Packard. This is Doc Long.
I still don't know who you are or what you're doing here.
Well, there are three of us. Reggie's out just at the moment. Three men looking for adventure.
You mean soldiers of fortune?
Well, not in the ordinary sense, but the term does help to explain us. We like excitement. When we find something that interests us, we go after it.
And hearing me crying in my room interested you?
Yes. Now, if we can help
you... But you can't. Nothing will help. But to put an end to my miserable life.
Hey, you stop talking like that.
You mean you came to this hotel with the intention of taking your own life?
Yes.
But you're young and beautiful.
And evil.
Hey, what kind of talk is that?
There's no use talking about it. Everywhere I go, I spread death and destruction.
You haven't told us your name yet.
Sonny Richards. Sonia, but they call me Sonny.
Say, that's swell. Sonny. You wipe them tears away, and Sonny fits you like a paper on the wall.
You don't know what you're talking about.
You're beautifully dressed. That bracelet on your wrist must have cost a lot of money. Everything about you says money. You must have come from a very wealthy family.
There is no family. It's just me.
I see. Then you're wealthy in your own right.
Money, what good is it? What good when...
When what?
When everything I touch turns to dust and ashes under my fingers.
Do you mind explaining?
Why should I?
Tell us what's wrong and let us decide whether we can help you.
It's hopeless.
Now tell us. If we think it's hopeless, we'll walk out of here and let you go ahead and do what you intended to do.
You mean that?
I promise. Now then, what is
it? It's the Richard curse.
What do you mean?
Every other generation, it falls on some member of the family. 4 generations ago, it was my great aunt, 4 times removed. 2 generations ago, it was my grandmother. It always falls on one of the women. In this generation, it's me.
Well, what is this Richard curse?
The great aunt caused the death of her husband, and then she caused the death of her 4 children.
You mean she murdered
them?
Oh,
no. She loved them dearly. It was accidental. She was cleaning her husband's gun, and it went off and killed him. And the children were burned to death in their home. She'd locked them in while she was away from the house because they were so little. And when she came back, the house was burned
But
down.
Accidents.
It's the curse. It's been in the family for generations.
Well, what about your grandmother?
Grandmother was kind and gentle. She wore a little knitted shawl around her shoulders, and she spent all her spare time reading her Bible. But she was cursed. When she was a little girl, the first man she loved was thrown from a horse and killed.
But that wasn't her fault.
Wait. The next man who loved her fell off a cliff to his death.
Was she there at the time?
No.
Well, then, don't you see how silly...
And then she married my grandfather. And after my mother and my uncle were born, he was drowned. And then when my uncle was 15, she shut him up in a closet to punish him. And he was suffocated.
Hey.
And it's always been that way. One of the women in every other generation.
And now what about you?
Well, I'm worse than any of them.
Maybe. Let's hear it.
First it was my mother and father.
You was the cause of their deaths?
Yes. I wanted to be a flyer. I learned to pilot a plane. And one day I got them to go up with me.
The plane fell?
They were both killed.
Now, please. Please try not to cry.
Oh, it's all right. I haven't much cry left in me.
Here, use my handkerchief.
Thank you.
You were an only child?
Yes. But then about a year ago, I became engaged. With Phil. We'd only been engaged 3 months when his car went over a cliff and it...
Dead, huh?
No. But he was so badly hurt he'll always be a bedridden cripple.
Oh, fella, that's too bad.
He would have been better off if he had been killed.
But it wasn't your fault.
Wait! About 6 months ago, I began letting Roger come and see me. I was still in love with Phil, but I should go out a little. And one night, just as he was leaving my house, he was held up and shot.
Did they catch the gunman?
No.
Any more?
Yes. There was an old friend of my father's. He used to visit me sometimes, and about 4 months ago, he fell down the front steps at my house. And he was hurt so badly that he never recovered.
Hey, I'm beginning to think you got something with that curse.
I knew you'd believe me.
I don't.
But there's no other explanation. Things like that don't happen to other people.
You weren't connected in any way with any of these things. They're unfortunate, but you've nothing to do with them. You've let them prey on your mind until you've become morbid.
Morbid?
Yes, you've developed a guilt complex. If that's all...
It isn't. Yesterday it happened again.
You mean somebody else died because of you?
Yes. I was to have had lunch yesterday with Freddie. I'd only met him a week ago. Well, he didn't keep the engagement. So I rang up his home. And you know what they told me? You know what had happened?
What?
Suicide. He killed himself with a gun in his bathroom.
Sonny, stop it.
That's funny, isn't it? You struck me.
Now get hold of yourself. Yeah, that's it. Cry. It'll do you lots more good.
I wish I were dead. I wish I were dead.
Jack, this is awful.
Oh, go away and let me do what I've got to do.
We're not going anywhere.
But you promised.
I said we'd go if there wasn't anything we could do.
Oh, you can't.
I'd like to try.
Oh, you fools, you fools. Get out of here. Don't you understand? It'll happen to you, too.
What do you mean by that?
Everybody who comes near me is cursed, and you're the same as dead being in this room with me. Now go away. Go away. I can't bear any more.
If we're willing to take that risk, what's it to you?
I don't want any more blood on my hands. I can't stand it. Don't you understand? I can't stand it.
You can stand it for 2 weeks, can't you?
2 weeks?
Yes. Give us 2 weeks to find out what's the matter.
Oh, I know what's the matter.
Well, maybe you do, maybe you don't.
I don't know what you mean.
You say the Richard curses on you. All right. Give us 2 weeks to lay that curse.
Oh, you can't cure a curse.
I'll bet money we can.
But it's something evil in me. Something evil that will live and die with me.
And I say we can kill the curse without killing you.
You believe that?
Certainly I believe it. I believe it so much I'll make you a proposition.
What?
You give us 2 weeks to lay your curse, and if we fail by then, we leave you alone to destroy yourself without lifting a finger.
Oh, but your own lives are in danger.
We'll take that chance.
No, you mustn't. I'm nothing to you.
Hey, wait a minute, sugar. Of course you're something to us.
I am.
You're darn right you are. Well, this here world needs all the pretty little old female girls it can get.
I don't understand.
The doc means you're beautiful. But it's always an unforgivable crime to destroy beauty.
Is that what you meant?
Well, yeah, I didn't say it is pretty, but that's the idea.
Put it this way. From the beginning of time, men have fought and died for beauty. It's one of the few things in the world worth fighting for. And you're a beauty. You're worth saving. We think you're worth enough to fight for you. It's our right, and you can't stop us.
No one ever said anything like that to me before.
Then you agree?
Yes.
Now, under no circumstances, no matter what happens, you won't try to kill yourself for 2 weeks.
Yes. I promise.
Good. Now get up and go in the bathroom and wash the tears off your face.
Oh, I know I shouldn't hope. But I do.
Go on. Make yourself more beautiful than you are.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Well, you asked for it, fella.
What do you mean?
Well, you know as well as I do you can't cure curses. What you think you are, a witch doctor?
Curse, huh?
Yeah,
In the
curse.
vernacular of Archimedes, nuts.
Now, looky, Jack. 6 people connected to Sonny had been killed.
5 killed, 1 hurt.
But hurt so bad he might as well be dead. Well, what was his name?
Phil.
Well, you can't tell me that all those folks just happened to die, and all within a year.
That does sound fishy. There must be a reason for it.
The Richard curse.
Something besides the Richard curse.
But there ain't no sense to that. They was all accidents. Well, anyway, ways that she couldn't have had nothing to do with. Her papa and mama in the plane crash, her lover Phil in the auto crash, one guy shot by a robber, and one fell downstairs, and the last one killing himself in his own bathroom.
Well, they don't seem to tie together very well, do they?
Except for the curse.
Now, look, Doc. I want you to stop mentioning that curse business.
But, Jack.
Especially in front of her. Never mention it.
Well, what's the idea?
I want her to forget it. Get it out of her mind. It's an unhealthy thought, and she can't have a healthy mind until she gets rid of it.
Well, son, all I gotta say... Well, visitors.
Good evening, gentlemen.
You were looking for something?
Yes, Sonny Richard.
Sonny?
Just a minute, Doc. Who are you?
My name is Marks, Leslie Marks. I'm Miss Richard's attorney
Attorney, huh?
and the executor of the Richards estate.
I see.
Now then, what right have you to question me? Who are you? What are you doing in Sonny's room?
We're friends of Miss Richards.
Friends?
That's what I said.
Friends. How long has this been going on?
Long enough?
Sonny hasn't been having many friends lately.
Why not?
Apparently you haven't been her friends long enough to hear of the Richard curse.
Are you one of the people who's been filling her mind with that sort of nonsense?
Pretty serious nonsense. 5 people killed, 1 injured for life.
I know all about that. Doc.
Yeah?
Tell Sonny to come out of the bathroom.
Sure, I'll get it.
How long have you known that Sonny was in this hotel?
I found out 15 minutes ago. I've had private operatives out looking for her ever since she disappeared from home this morning.
You know why she came here? So you do know.
I suspected. That's why I was so frantic to find her.
Marks. There, that's him, Jack.
Well, Sonny,
Hello, Leslie.
I've come to take you home.
All right.
We're going with you, you know.
What's that?
Why not? Got the household to myself.
Yes, but these men, who are they? What right?
We're taking the right. We're Sonny's bodyguard.
Oh, that's ridiculous. Sonny is your attorney.
As Sonny's attorney, you can go take a jump at yourself.
So, you won't be warned.
About what?
The Richard curse.
Please, Leslie, please.
Listen, hey, take your hand off me.
If I ever hear you mention that curse again in the presence of Sonny, I'll tear you limb from limb. Now get out.
Look here, get out.
You get your things together, Sonny. We're going home with you.
You shouldn't have done that. He won't take that.
Shucks, honey. This is only the beginning. Only the beginning.
The further transcribed adventures of Jack, Doc, and Reggie will come to you tomorrow at this same hour. I Love a Mystery, written and directed by Carlton E. Morse, comes to you Monday through Friday, featuring Russell Thorson as Jack, Jim Bowles as Doc Long, and Tony Randall as Reggie York. Frank McCarthy speaking.
Cerebral Cinema hopes you have enjoyed this movie of the mind.